So today I want to talk about the truth about toning. The most common fitness goal is I want to be toned. I want to be more toned. So I want to just think about what that means. Some people will, within the fitness industry will avoid even mentioning the word toned, but it has a meaning for people. People can, it's non-threatening to them. That's something that a look they describe as being toned, and that's fine. Whatever that look is, I know the look you mean. Basically it means you want to have lower body fat and you want to have a little bit of muscle definition, and have something, it's not flabby, but not too muscular where you're shredded. So the thing is, the problem is with being toned versus being shredded is that basically they're the same thing, only on different places on a spectrum. So you can be toned because you're lowering your body fat, or you can be shredded because you're really, really low body fat. But the factor that affects that look is really the muscle underneath and the lower body fat. So you may think that in order to get that you just need to lose weight, and that's not true. You need to train your muscles and build a little muscle as well. Some people might need to build a lot more muscle than others, but the point is that you want to keep the muscle there during the process of improving your body composition by lowering your body fat but keeping that muscle there. So often people will assume that in order to get that look you just need a bunch of cardio, and you're just burning off calories, you're just burning off body fat, and that approach will get you so far, but you'll very quickly hit a plateau, and then you're going to find you're going to need to do more and more extreme exercise and extreme dieting in order to budge the scales, if that's how you're measuring your progress. There's a better way. It's not easier. It's probably harder, and I know for most people it's a lot scarier because it involves lifting weights and it involves exercises that most people are not familiar with, and it's intimidating to see, to imagine yourself doing these exercises that you see other people performing in the gym, because usually the other people performing them in the gym are men who are grunting in the corner or in that area of the gym that you don't go into. So you don't need to go into a gym first of all in order to get that muscle definition or to get that muscle strength. You can start at home, you can start with body weight exercises, and you can slowly progress these exercises as you are ready. You don't go from doing nothing to having a barbell on your back with 60 kilograms on it and expected to squat. You need to learn how to squat first, and in order to do that you're going to have to use your body weight. Get that base of strength and that understanding of the movement first, so that it becomes less intimidating and you understand what you're doing and you understand how it feels. And then as you get ready or progress within that, then you can start adding a little bit of weight, such as an 8 kilogram kettlebell as a goblet squat, and then gradually progressing to 12 onto 16, and then maybe at some point you're going to have a barbell of 20 kilograms on your back. You're getting used to that. Different types of squats, different types of lunges. I'm using this as an example just of how you can progress this. It doesn't have to be this scary jump from doing nothing to being expected to do, for example, what I do. I didn't always do this. I was terrible at bodyweight squats at one point in my life. I just could not understand the movement at all. So I understand how intimidating it is to think, oh, how am I going to even learn this? So you don't think about way down the line, you think about now. You sort of work backward, what are the regressions to that exercise? Where do I start to get there? So you take one step at a time. But I think what happens is that you go with great intentions to try something like that in the gym, and then you go in, you see all this stuff, you don't know where to start, people are using things, and then you just gravitate toward the cardio machines and the weights machines and things, and you never really see much progress. There's people there year in, year out, and none of them ever change. They always look the same because they always do the same thing. they're not progressing, they're not adding progressive overload into their program. So that's what I want to encourage people to do. In order to achieve that toned look, you need to train your muscles and get stronger. You will find that after that occurs, and there's just a dog barking in the background. Once your muscles are being trained like that, your body will be able to use the energy that you're eating in order to be more efficient. It'll use that more efficiently because it'll know you need to keep that muscle on your body. It'll store any excess, or not, there shouldn't be an excess, but any sort of energy will be stored in the muscles versus being stored as excess fat. And you may manage to build a little muscle and burn off some body fat as well, because your body will realise it doesn't need it, things like that. So whereas if you're always doing cardio, your body will think the opposite. It'll think, oh, I need to conserve energy, I'm just going to get rid of some muscle here, I don't need it for anything in particular. Then, to sort of cut a long story short, your overall metabolic rate might slow down, so when you're resting you won't burn as many calories because your body wants to conserve energy for these long runs or these excessive long cardio sessions that happen, versus maybe a 45-minute weight session where your body is using a different energy system altogether and utilising that food energy a lot better. And then you can use a little bit of cardio and a little bit of conditioning, sort of high intensity stuff, in order to boost the overall effect. But generally, as long as you're focusing on progressing exercises, you will achieve that toned look. And it's not going to go from toned to shredded in like the space of a week. It takes a hell of a lot of preparation, a hell of a lot of dedication and deprivation of calories, manipulating calories and all of that in order to get to that shredded look. So don't fear that one day you're going to wake up and all of a sudden you're going to have a look that you don't want. You'll see it coming and you'll know when to stop. You'll know when to, hopefully you'll know when you've had enough and that you've reached that toned look. But sometimes I think if you focus on strength training and getting better at things and focusing on the performance side of things, then the aesthetic goal kind of it's not as important anymore, because it's happening as a side effect, and you're generally happy with progressing at the exercises, you're getting stronger and you're sort of meeting those goals and you're feeling really good about that. I think sometimes aesthetic goals, like I've discussed before, have a negative hangover where you're never quite happy enough. So this type of focus has a better sort of overall effect on your life, because you can focus on, you're going to the gym because you want to get stronger, you want to be able to perform this lift today and you're going to have fun doing it, versus I'm going to the gym because I need to burn off all the calories I ate last night. Like, which one's more positive? So anyway, I started talking about toned, and so the realistic way to get toned is to lift progressively heavier weights, get stronger, and not the Tracy Anderson way of lifting no more than 3 pounds a million times. It's never going to get you toned. Never. So give it a go. Contact me on my blog if you want a program or something written up. I do a lot of online programming, and obviously I do home workouts and things as well. So if it's something that you're interested in, you can ask me more about it. Contact me over myonmytv.com. You can find me on Facebook /myonmytv, or send me a private message on YouTube, and I'll be back soon with more.